Hi, welcome to the Crystal Cabin. My name's Michelle from Angelic Healing, and today we're going to be talking to Claire. Hi, Claire.
Hi, Michelle.
Uh,
Hi.
How, how are you today?
I'm very good. How are you?
Great, thank you. Fantastic. Looking forward to hearing all about you and your lovely business. I gather you've
Mm-hmm.
come an awful long way to be with us, not necessarily this morning, but you've had to
Yeah,
travel to get to the mothership. So I'm looking forward
I
to hearing
have.
about that as well. So do you want to
Yeah.
introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are and what makes you happy?
Okay. I'm Claire Evans. I'm the owner and creator of the Little Wellness Hut. And the fundamental thing that makes me happy is helping people.
Oh,
Helping people to just be the best version of who they can. That's what makes me happy.
fabulous. Oh, you can see when you talk about that, Claire, big smile on your face, as if you're passionate about what you do. Superb. So what's your background, Claire? What led you into where you are?
Okay, so my background was really boring. It was sorry, it's business management and IT. And I know that's not boring for everybody, but for me, it was.
Boring compared to what you're doing
What
now.
I do now. But even then, in business management and IT, I was still very much in a customer service front-facing role. Um, and I've always worked in customer service, corporate. I've worked for Marks and Spencer's. I've worked for many, many, many big businesses. And then due to circumstance, I actually moved into the travel industry. I was in the travel industry for years. I have my own business with a company called Travel Counsellors. Whilst my husband and I had two businesses in town as well, in Llandudno. And then 6.5 years ago, we decided we wanted a different way of life and moved out to the Canaries.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a big move. Me, my two dogs, and
Oh,
my husband met me there. There's a trend because he met me here after my epic journey home, and he met me in the Canaries after my epic journey there. So
oh wow.
there's a trend. And we moved out there for 6.5 years, and I ended up managing a yoga retreat,
Oh,
a
fantastic.
fantastic one on Fuerteventura. And that rekindled my passion for yoga, my yoga practice, and Ayurveda, which I actually came across many, many years ago. I went on a retreat in 2009 in Kerala, and then sort of did a little bit with it, but not a lot. I did some courses, some massage courses, and during my time on Fuerte, I was training with Jigyasa, who I know you interviewed a couple of weeks
Yeah.
ago. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so I trained under Jigyasa for coming up for 6 years. And she sort of pointed me on the path of Ayurveda, and she knew I wanted to do something different. And she knew I wanted to learn a skill that if we wanted to travel, my husband and I could take it with me. And massage is something I've done before. I trained in Reiki around 15 years ago.
Wow.
So it seemed a really good fit with me. But I'll be honest, it was always seemed very out of reach for a Western woman to be doing something that's such an ancient Indian philosophy. It didn't sit right with me. So I went on good old Google, did some research and found a couple of schools, and then found my school, and my teacher and we just clicked. She's like Jigyasa in her mentality and her way, and that's how I came to building the Wellness Hut. And it just sort of grew very naturally and very, very organically whilst I was in India doing my training a year last March. So
Wow,
yeah,
wow, what
yeah.
a fantastic intro. So you don't do things by halves, Claire.
No,
No, you're
no.
used to
So
working
and
hard.
those on the mothership that do know me quite well, because I've known Ruth a long, long time, as well as some of the other members, will know that is very true. I don't do things by half. No,
No,
it's
you
all on.
started off saying about your IT and corporate background, and then you've got two businesses, and then you're doing this, and then you're doing that. It's like, whoa.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that
yeah. I
that's
talk all day about it, but that's gone, hasn't it? That's in the past, and we're right. This is now, and all of that was really important, building up to who I am right now, to be able to develop this business and drive it forward and create my vision, and it really was a vision that I had in India. But I think you know, even the mistakes that we make in life, everything's for a purpose, and it brings us to where we are right now. And I feel so ready to run with this and get it set up and yeah, bring it.
Fantastic. I can feel your energy and your excitement and enthusiasm. It's great. Absolutely brilliant. Really excited to hear all about it. So where did the name The Wellness Hut come from?
Okay, so when I say I had a vision, it was literally a vision. I was doing my training and having a beautiful treatment called Shirodara, which is where hot oil, warm oil is dripped on the third eye continuously for around 40 to 45 minutes. And it's very, very, very powerful. And I was on the massage bed, and my good friends were doing the treatment, and I suddenly started crying. And it was a very, very surreal moment. And I just felt the universe had given me this big hug and said, we've got you, trust, you've got to trust. At the end of the treatment, my teacher said to me, go and have 10 minutes on your own, just go. And I went and I was sat in my room and I started drawing, and I drew my logo.
Wow.
I drew the name. Yeah, and then I sort of wrote a part of a business plan. This is all within 10 minutes. I've got a hair full of oil. I've just had this complete and utter, almost out of body experience. And here's me sat on the bed drawing logos and names and ideas. And I messaged my husband and I messaged Jigyasa, and they both said, finally, you've seen what we know you can do. Because, you know, I'm surrounded by very, very supportive people, as well as the mothership is incredible. And that's how the Wellness Hut started. And I knew it needed to be near water, specifically the sea. But I couldn't see where it was. And then when we made the decision to move back here, that was it. I said, that's where it is. That's where the Wellness Hut is located.
What a fabulous story.
It's
That's
incredible.
Yeah.
It is, and it's true. I mean, it's true. I've got the drawings and I look at them sometimes and think, wow, that was a real moment.
Yeah. And you can see, as subconsciously as you've revisited that while you're telling the story, you know, when you have treatment like that, you sound like you've been really open and ready to receive. So it's been within. So you've had that release where you've started crying, and then it's just moved everything out the way for you to start putting pen to paper and shabam. Yeah,
yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, really amazing story. Gosh, you need to write a book now, unless you already have.
That's on the list.
Yeah, we've all got a book on the list.
all of us.
Fantastic. Absolutely superb. So tell us a little bit more about your business and how that helps women in well-being and mental health. So what exactly do you want to explain what it is that you do and how?
Okay. So I trained in the ancient Indian philosophy of Ayurveda, which is a sister science to yoga. They were written at the same time 5,000 years ago. And a lot of people, Indian head massage, a lot of people will know or have heard or may have even had Indian head massage. That's one of the most popular treatments. But there's a lot of treatments out there that come from Ayurveda, like Thai massage originally stems from Ayurveda. Reflexology, it uses the points in the feet, the acupressure points. So the training that I did, we did around 16 different treatments, massage treatments, using all sorts, from where you have to make spice bags to use for massage, and to using 2 liters of oil in an oil bath massage. But it's all about well-being and health. And yoga looks at the spiritual side, the mental side of the body and well-being, and Ayurveda looks at the physical. And you can train to become an Ayurvedic doctor. You know, the level of training is incredible. So I'm an Ayurvedic therapist, and it just fascinates me because the treatments are used in a medicinal way. So you can have them as a standalone treatment, but you can also have it as part of an ongoing treatment plan. Especially if you're dealing with stress, tension, nervousness, there's nothing better than a massage that calms the nervous system. You know, it's incredibly powerful. And I feel as women, and Western women, we see massage and treatments as a luxury.
Yeah, and a treat for a one day.
As a treat, yeah. And it shouldn't be. It's so important to our mental well-being that if we're not in the best form of that we can be, and you're running a family, well, what's going to happen down the line? You're going to break. Because while we all think we're superhuman, and a lot of us are, we actually do have breaking points. And for me, it's about taking that time as a woman, and just stopping and having that time for yourself, that hour, 2 hours, for however long it may be, a retreat perhaps, to take that time. And it's not a luxury, it's not a treat, it's actually really, really important.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more, Claire. Couldn't agree more. When you're booking me in.
As soon as we can, we're in.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah, I've got stock of masks and everything in here. It's like something out of a film, isn't it? How you have to be prepared, but it's worth it.
And the other thing I find, I had a client once who said to me, she'd forgotten how important touch is, especially if you're on your own. For me, I did lockdown on my own, so I actually didn't touch another human being for 3.5 months, and I didn't perhaps understand or come to realize, because when you're in it, so you just get on with the day to day.
Yeah,
the impact that's had on me. And I think I said to you last week, it's taken me, well, I'm 2 weeks at being back, and I'm finally starting to feel a little bit like me again. And you're just about touch, even noise and people. It's so important to be around other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or you're frozen.
And touch. The moment we can't hug, but the minute we can, I'm hugging everybody.
Yeah, I'm like that. I've been hugging trees, Claire, to make up for it.
We'll hug the trees and the dogs. That's what dogs are great
for. Yeah, I'd be lost without my dog. Great, absolutely. Gosh, has it been 2 weeks since you've been back already?
Yeah.
Flown. But you've just said you were about to move again, so you're in limbo, really.
I am. So the Wellness Hut is going to be based in West Shore, Llandudno, and we have property there, and my hut is there, and that's what I saw. So I've got some work to go yet, and I've been talking to some incredibly helpful people on the mothership that are going to help me get there and get my hut, make me realize my vision. But it will happen. It will happen. I have no doubt, and I can't wait. I can't wait. So exciting.
I don't think we all can't wait either, listening to you describe what you've had to go through to get here, and then you're so close, a little bit, so close you can touch it. Yeah, and you're so right what you say about surrounding yourself with people that are there to help and support, and that comes back to what you're saying about not having contact for so long. You're back in a community again, but you're going to be able to give back to the community as soon as you open up. Yeah, and there's so many people need healing, isn't there?
It's so important, yeah. And I think lockdown, whilst I know it's been tough for so many people, all of us, I also feel that there's some real positive come out of it. And for me, community is something that I've seen on the island, on Fuerteventura. We developed a community at 7:00 each night. One of the neighbours, he was a saxophonist, and he would come out, he'd play, and everyone would just give a thumbs up to check on how you are. Are you okay? And it didn't matter if you gave a thumbs down, the next minute you had someone you know, at the bottom of underneath your balcony, are you okay? And that might be in multiple languages, but the feeling was there, you know, are you okay? And I've seen it everywhere. The level of community's come back. People are looking out for each other.
Yeah, it's almost as if Mother Earth and Father Sky have got together with the universe and put us on hold on purpose, so we could go within, reflect, and just realize what's important. Yeah,
for sure. We've all been put on time out on the naughty step, 100%.
Yeah. And you spend so much time in your own head, you do start to reflect, but it does bring things to the surface as well. And we have to be careful when some people don't want to face that, they push that down. Then people like ourselves are there to help that come out and deal with it properly and move on from it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and that's one thing I find with massage or any therapy, it will bring about a release. And people get scared about that release because, you know, especially I find women even more than men, because you don't want to appear weak, or you have this I need to be strong. I just need to get on with it. I've got to go home and cook dinner for the family. I don't have time to sit and process this emotion.
Yeah.
Actually, if you go through the process, it brings a peace and a clarity that we need as human beings to be able to move forward. Especially, you know, I've been with my sister over the weekend, and she's a businesswoman. She's on furlough. She's suddenly become a home mum, homeschooling 2 young boys, and she's lost. She's like, I don't know who I am anymore, because almost like my purpose, I'm just mum. I'm not doing what I love, a job that she's done for 18 years. And I think that's where we're going to need to support each other and guide each other through it, and allow the space to process the emotion that's there, because it's there. It is there. Ruth was talking this week on the mothership about self-care and balance. And Ayurveda is all about balance. It's all about balance. It's about, you can go and eat the cake, but you also need to go and eat the fruit. You know, you can't just eat the cake, or you can't just eat the fruit either. You need that balance in life. And if we don't have it, things start to rock, and things start to get out of control and start to spiral, and will manifest itself in disease. And in Ayurveda, disease is literally dis-ease of the body. So you know, headaches, migraines, stomachache, sore knees, whatever it may be, or more serious down the line, if we don't process the emotion that's been going on over the last 4 to 5 months.
Yeah, absolutely. That body not at ease is dis-ease. Yeah, we've got to release what's trapped, otherwise it will manifest as ailments, as you say, aches or pains or headaches in the body. We do need to have a shift in our mindset that it is okay to let our emotions show. We've spent so many paradigms going through suppressing and other people's fears projected onto us, just passed on and passed on and passed on and passed on. Whereas the worst thing you can do is to stuff it down and try and move on. It's going to come out eventually. It's going to come out eventually. So
completely. And fear, I've been quite surprised since coming back as to the level of fear that I see in people. In Spain, I know things are perhaps going a little bit backward there at the moment, but we came out of a partial lockdown in mid-May. So life was slowly starting to return to normal. And I was giving some treatments with my regular clients, and it was fine. It was okay, you know. Of course, I made sure that I was in a ventilated space, and that they had been healthy and well. And I made sure that they knew that I'd been healthy and well. But I went in and did the treatment, and my clients were so grateful for it, because they felt better for it, you know. But I've been really surprised about the level of fear that I am seeing here. and we do need to process it, because we're buying into it almost.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm not saying it's not. I've got friends that have had it, and I have friends that have lost people from it. So I completely understand about this virus, but it's about using your own intuition and making yourself safe, and that's all you can do. You can't be responsible for the rest of the world.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. We're all responsible for our own individual energy.
Yeah, for our bubble.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty of, you've got plenty of tools in the box by the sound of it in your business. When you get up and running with all that training, you've got so much to offer for people coming through the door, regardless of how they're feeling, different levels of emotion.
Absolutely. And one thing that I learned from Jigyasa is, when things are going good, we stop. We'll stop with the yoga practice or the meditation or going to the gym because you've lost some weight, the weight that you wanted to lose. And that's actually when we need to really hit it even harder. When everything's going right, that's when we need to be focusing, almost like putting points in the basket for when things maybe go a bit rocky again. If you've got that knowledge and to be able to deal it when you get a bump in the road again, it's all tools in the box, isn't it?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I do want to do some pranayama, breathing, breath work to my teacher training and my meditation teacher training, because I feel they are going to be so important coming out of this, to be able to help people in a different way. Massage is incredible, but you pair that with a balanced lifestyle, balanced diet, balanced mind, and you can take on the world. You can.
Being in flow. Once you're aligned, you're in flow.
In flow and keeping it there. Keep it.
Yeah, what a great place to live. I
think you also begin to recognize the signs of things going out of balance. It might be that your skin, you have a flare up, or your hair isn't as behaving like it should. We both said we've both got curly hair and we've let it go, and my hair feels the best it's ever felt.
Yeah, mine too.
Do what it needs to do, you know. But it's the small, you start to recognize the small signs of things going out of balance. Mentally as well, when you start to feel that I'm feeling slightly out of control. Okay, what do I need to do? I need to breathe. That's what I need to do.
Yeah.
I need to stop and I just need to breathe.
Get in the fresh air and soak in nature and get your body calibrated back with the flow that it's meant to be in. Oh, fantastic. Oh, I'm so excited for you with your new business. Make sure you keep everybody on the Mothership posted where you're up to, and especially if you need any help and support, everybody in the Mothership part of Network She is so supportive. It is.
I put a plea out last week or the week before, and I had emails, I had calls, you contacted me, and I'm going to be putting another one out because obviously I'm bringing my business, which I had in a place that's very different to here. I'm bringing it here, so I want some advice on not what to charge, but what people expect or what people are prepared to pay. And I know where I stand, but I need to make sure that everybody else is, because for me, one thing I find it frustrates me is when you look, I think, right, I'm going to go for a massage, and you could go out for dinner for 4 people for the price of a massage. You're not going to do that. It needs to be accessible for everybody. Otherwise, what's the point? You know, yes, we've all got bills to pay, but it needs to be accessible as well.
Well, especially now, everything in the environment completely changed. People just don't have disposable income like they did. We're building back up again, and everybody else has to build back up again. So I don't think things are going to be the same again for some time. Not that we want to go back to what we were, because clearly that wasn't working. But it's all change, isn't it? It's all adjustment for everybody. So yeah, absolutely. Well, as we say, the Mothership and the Network She are the best place to be, to have those conversations and put the feelers. So in fact, you're in the best place. Absolutely brilliant. So talking about coming out of lockdown then, what if there was anybody in the group that may be feeling a little bit anxious, a little bit fearful of change, of what could be at the other side? What golden tips might you have for them? What advice would you give?
As we mentioned, use your own intuition on keeping yourself safe. Don't try and take on the whole world, you know. Don't walk into the supermarket and if someone is walking the wrong way, feel that you need to sort of take, and I saw it 3 or 4 times yesterday, and all that's doing is raising your stress level, and stress is one of the biggest causes of so many disease nowadays, and inflammation in the body. It creates pain. It can create so many serious illnesses down to diabetes and more. You know, if you let it get out of control, you can be dealing with serious illness. And stress needs to be managed. And one of the best ways to do that is well-being, mental and physical well-being. So look after yourself, worry about yourself and your family. And I think if everybody did that, the world would start to become a more balanced place. We need to stop the fear and lower the stress. So I think that's really, really important. But I also feel that this whole period has given us a bit of a kick, to be honest, to look at what is important to ourselves and what is important to me. And we touched on it briefly, but taking that time as self-care to go and have a massage, go have a therapy, go for a walk. And when I say go for a walk or go for a coffee, I mean on your own. Yeah. Don't go. It's great to see people, and we've just spent so much time on our own. But this is doing something we enjoy. Go for a swim, go swimming in the sea, go to nature on your own, because the minute you bring someone else into that space, you end up dealing with their problems. Even if we do it unwittingly and unknowingly, we end up dealing with their problems because we're nice people and we like to listen. So go out there and process the end of the day. And I was telling a client at the end of the day, just sit for 5-10 minutes and breathe and write down the emotions that have happened throughout that day. And go, okay, this was a negative one. I got really stressed, but what caused the stress and what can I do about it? Again, so I don't get to that level. And that's a skill that I think we could all learn to do. And I mean, I need to do it more, journaling, writing it down, processing it. And then process on a bigger scale, process what's gone on over the last 4 to 5 months, write it down, write down those emotions. Getting it onto pen and paper gets it out the head. For me, it really helps. It really helps me to do that. And just sit in a quiet space and just take 10 minutes, even if it's just deep breathing. And if a thought comes in, process it and then just let it go out. And that's something I've learned through working with Jigyasa for years. If a negative thought comes in, accept it. Go, okay, I can't do anything about it right now. So go away. You don't need to be in my head. Choose again. But yeah, just take that time for ourselves, and it needs to become a life ritual. It's not a treat. It's not, we're going to a spa for a day with the girls. When I was running the retreat, I used to have women of all walks of life that came on their own for 1 week of a year to process.
Fantastic.
Stuff. And they went back happier, healthier than when they came, because they just had that time out to process what goes on in their life, process the family life. And yes, of course, if they're families, they'd be worried about the kids and, you know, is dad doing okay and all of that, you know, because that's what mums do. Yeah. But, or, you know, nanny and granddad, are they okay looking after the kids and all of this? But that it's not the same as being there and having to do it. They're taking that time to just go, okay, this is what I need to hit the reset button. And we don't do reset. Yeah, it's all about reset. We don't do it. And there's so many tools out there. I mean, I've just been laughing. I use essential oils. I've got my balance oil here, and I always, before I came on, I always have a smell of it, because it just grounds me. You know, there's so many tools out there, and there's so many knowledgeable women on this group that can help and work towards putting aids in place to help people move forward in a balanced, healthy way. Because
Absolutely.
if we don't, in 12 months' time, we're going to have a lot of sick people.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's not get it to that. As you say, there's plenty of us, especially in this group, to help with everybody's well-being. And we've got the Wellbeing Academy coming along soon,
Mm-hmm.
so stay tuned for
We're
more
all going to be
information on that.
We're going to be amazing.
We're going to be in flow.
Right.
We're just going to be completely at ease, totally in flow, breathing it all out, staying positive, completely present in the now. Watch this space. We got it.
Watch this.
Oh, Claire, it's been absolutely fabulous meeting you, hearing all about your business, your enthusiasm. I want to bottle that. If we could sell that, we'd be millionaires.
Watch this space.
Watch this space. They are. She goes, another idea. Rockets of desire flying off everywhere. Fantastic energy. Loving. Absolutely amazing. Well, I'm sure our paths will cross again soon. I'm really looking forward to meeting you in the flesh. I know we joked when you came on at first with your crystal glass of water. It's not gin. One day we will have that gin.
It isn't. It is water. I promise.
Oh, cheers, Claire. Good luck with your business.
Cheers.
And get going. I hope to see you soon. Take care.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.